Something is happening right now in the silver market that most people will only understand when it is far too late to act on it. And the frustrating part is, the signs have been there for months, hidden in plain sight. While millions of people are busy scrolling their phones, paying their bills, and wondering why their savings feel like they are shrinking every single year, a quiet financial storm has already started forming, and silver sits right at the center of it. If you're interested in money, finances, or changing your financial future, like this video and subscribe right now, because what you are about to learn can change the way you see money forever. Let me tell you about a man named Tariq. Tariq is 34 years old. He works a decent job, earns a decent salary, and every month he tries his best to save a little something. But every month, without fail, those savings feel a little lighter than they did the year before. His grocery bills are higher, his rent went up, his electricity bill seems to have developed a mind of its own. Tariq is not bad with money. He's not careless or reckless. He is just doing what everyone around him is doing, keeping money in a bank account, trusting the system, hoping things will eventually get better. But here is what nobody ever sat Tariq down and explained. While his money sits in that account earning almost nothing, the value of that money is quietly, invisibly being eaten alive. And the people who understand this, who truly understand what is happening right now with silver, they are not waiting around, hoping things improve. They are doing something about it. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what they are doing and why. But first, I need to show you something that happened very recently, something that triggered a massive move in the silver market. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. Here's the uncomfortable truth that most financial news channels will gloss over. The silver price does not move in isolation. It is not just some random number that goes up and down based on luck or emotion. Silver is deeply, structurally connected to the global economy. It is connected to industrial production, to technology, to the energy transition, and most importantly right now, to the way governments and central banks are managing the global financial system. And when those deeper forces shift, silver reacts, sometimes quietly, sometimes violently. And right now, something shifted. To understand what just happened, you need to understand a little backstory. Think of the global financial system like a giant balancing act. On one side, you have paper money, dollars, euros, pounds, all the currencies that governments can print and create and circulate whenever they decide to. On the other side, you have hard assets, things with real, physical, limited supply. Gold, silver, real estate, things that cannot be conjured up out of thin air. For most of the last decade, that balancing act held together reasonably well. Central banks printed enormous amounts of money, especially after the 2008 financial crisis, and then again during the pandemic. But inflation stayed relatively contained for a while, and people mostly went on with their lives trusting that the paper in their wallets still meant something. But what most people did not notice, what they were never told to notice, is that under the surface, that balancing act was getting more and more unstable. And the people watching closely, the institutional investors, the hedge funds, the sovereign wealth managers, they started quietly shifting. Not loudly, not in a way that made headlines, quietly, systematically, into hard assets, into gold, into silver. And now here's the part that changes everything. In the last few weeks, a combination of 3 specific triggers hit the silver market simultaneously. Not one trigger, not 2, 3. And when 3 major catalysts hit a market at the same time, the result is not additive. It is explosive. Each trigger amplifies the others. And if you do not know what these triggers are, you cannot possibly understand why smart money is moving the way it is right now. So let me walk you through each one. The first trigger is something most people completely misunderstand about silver. Unlike gold, which is primarily a financial metal, silver is an industrial metal that matters enormously. Think about everything around you that is modern, technological, sophisticated. Solar panels, electric vehicles, semiconductors, medical devices, defense equipment. Almost all of it requires silver. Silver is one of the most electrically conductive materials on Earth. You literally cannot build the modern clean energy infrastructure without it. And here is where it gets interesting. The global push toward green energy, toward solar power, toward electric vehicles, has been accelerating faster than almost anyone predicted. Just in the solar panel industry alone, the demand for silver has been growing at a rate that has genuinely shocked analysts. Every single solar panel uses silver, and the world is installing solar panels at a pace we have never seen before in human history. China alone added more solar capacity in recent years than the entire rest of the world combined. Europe is racing to reduce energy dependence. The United States is pumping billions into clean energy infrastructure. And all of that requires silver, a lot of silver. More silver than the mining industry has been set up to produce. But here is what makes this first trigger so powerful, and why most people miss it. The silver market is tiny. Compared to gold, compared to oil, compared to almost any major commodity market, The silver market is extraordinarily small. So when industrial demand increases dramatically, even a small imbalance between supply and demand can have a massive outsized impact on price. Imagine trying to push a boulder down a hill. With a large boulder, you need enormous force. With a small boulder, even a gentle push can start an unstoppable movement. That is what is happening in the silver market right now. Industrial demand is the first boulder push. Now keep that thought in your mind, because the second trigger makes the first one even more important. The second trigger is what financial analysts are calling a supply shock. And this one is quiet, hidden from most headlines, but extraordinarily significant. Silver mining output has been under pressure for several years. Mining is expensive, dangerous, and deeply affected by things like energy costs, environmental regulations, labor costs, and geopolitical instability. While many of the major silver-producing regions in the world, including parts of Mexico, Peru, and Central Asia, have been dealing with production disruptions. Some mines have scaled back, some have closed entirely, and unlike a factory that can ramp up production quickly when demand increases, a mine cannot simply flip a switch. It takes years to develop a new mine. Years of planning, permitting, investment, and construction before a single ounce of new silver comes out of the ground. Which means the market cannot quickly respond to a demand surge with new supply. The gap between what the world needs and what miners can produce has been widening, and the price has been starting to feel that tension. But it is the third trigger that has the financial world genuinely alarmed. And this one is personal. This one touches every single person watching this video, whether they realize it or not. The third trigger is what is happening with currencies. Specifically, what is happening with the US dollar and the broader confidence people have in paper money systems. Now, I know that sounds abstract, so let me bring it down to earth with a simple story. Meet Amara. Amara is a 28-year-old teacher. She works hard, lives modestly, and every month she puts whatever little she can into her savings account. She feels responsible, disciplined, like she's doing the right thing. But here's a question nobody ever asked Amara. When she looks at her savings account balance a year from now, will that number buy her the same amount of things it buys today? Or will it buy less? Because of something called inflation, the answer in recent years has almost always been less. Not dramatically less overnight, just a little less. Quietly, invisibly, every single year. Like a slow leak in a tire. You do not notice it until one day you try to drive and you are already flat. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is just mathematics. When governments spend more money than they collect in taxes, they borrow. And when they borrow endlessly, and when central banks create money to cover that borrowing, the value of every existing dollar, every existing euro, every existing rupee gets diluted. It is like pouring water into orange juice. The more water you add, the less it tastes like orange juice. Silver and gold are the pure orange juice. They cannot be diluted. Nobody can print more of them. And right now, after years of aggressive money printing, there's a growing recognition among investors large and small that holding paper currency as your primary store of value is genuinely risky. That shift in thinking, that growing fear about currency devaluation, is pouring fuel directly onto the silver fire. And here's something most people never realize about this part of the story. When confidence in paper money starts to crack, it does not crack slowly and smoothly. It tends to crack fast and hard. History is full of examples where people went from feeling perfectly comfortable to suddenly panicking very quickly once they realized the value of their money was evaporating. In those moments, the demand for hard assets like silver does not just increase gradually, it spikes violently, suddenly, because everyone is trying to get through the same door at the same time. And by the time most ordinary people like Tariq and Amara realize what is happening and try to act, the price has already moved dramatically. The people who act before the crowd are the ones who benefit the most. The people who wait for it to become obvious on the news are often too late. But let me tell you something important here, because I do not want you walking away with a simplistic picture. Silver is not a magical solution to everything. It is not going to make everyone who touches it instantly wealthy. And anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. What silver is, when understood correctly, is a tool. A specific kind of financial tool designed for a specific purpose. That purpose is protecting your purchasing power during periods of monetary uncertainty, industrial demand growth, and currency debasement. And right now, all three of those conditions exist simultaneously. That is what makes this moment unusual. That is what triggered this surge. Not one condition, not two. All three hitting at once. Now here's where I need to pause and tell you something a little uncomfortable, because this is the part most finance channels skip entirely. Most people who have heard about silver, who have maybe thought about it briefly, never actually acted on that thought. They got curious, they did a little reading, and then life got in the way and they moved on. And here is the quiet tragedy of that. The people who understood silver 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even 2 years ago, and did nothing, they watched the price move without them. And now they are sitting there thinking, Maybe I should have done something back then. But here's the thing. If they had understood the structural forces driving silver, the industrial demand story, the supply constraints, the currency pressures, they would not have needed to time it perfectly. They would have simply held it, and time would have done the work. The question is not whether silver will continue to reflect these structural forces. The deeper question is whether you will be positioned to benefit when the next major move happens, or whether you will be watching from the sidelines again, saying to yourself, I knew about this, and I still did not act. Let me introduce you to one more person. His name is Reza. Reza is 41. He is not rich. He does not work in finance. He is a mid-level manager at a logistics company. And about 3 years ago, his brother-in-law started talking to him about silver. Reza listened, partly because he trusted his brother-in-law, and partly because deep down he had always felt that just keeping money in a bank account was not enough. He did not put in enormous amounts. He was not in a position to. But he started slowly, steadily, allocating a portion of what he could spare into physical silver. Not because he thought he was going to get rich overnight, but because it felt like something real. Something that could not just evaporate the way he felt his purchasing power was evaporating every time he went to the supermarket. And here's what Reza discovered that most people never find out until it is too late. Having a portion of your savings in something that is not connected to the banking system, not connected to the decisions of politicians, not connected to whether a central bank decides to print more money tonight, that feeling is different. There's a clarity to it, a solidity, a sense that no matter what happens with the financial system, you have something real, something that has been recognized as valuable for thousands of years by virtually every civilization on Earth. Now you might be wondering, okay, I understand the story, I understand the forces, but what exactly just triggered this specific surge right now? What was the specific catalyst? Here is what happened. In recent weeks, multiple data points converged in a way that rattled currency markets. Concerns about U.S. debt levels, fresh signals from the Federal Reserve about the path of interest rates, a weakening of the dollar index against major currencies, and simultaneously, new trade disruptions in key silver-producing regions all hit the market within a very compressed window of time. When paper currency confidence wobbles even slightly, institutional money does not wait around. It moves. It moves into gold. It moves into silver. And when institutional money moves into a market as small as silver, the price impact is immediate and significant. Small market, big money, fast movement. That is exactly what we witnessed. And the analysts who track the physical silver market versus the paper silver market have been noting something that should send a chill down every paper money defender's spine. The gap between what physical silver actually trades for in the real world and what the paper contracts say it should be worth has been widening. That divergence is a signal, a loud one. But here's the part most people never hear. These moments of divergence in the precious metals market have historically been followed by significant price corrections upward, not downward. When the physical market starts demanding more than the paper market says it is worth, it is because the real world is voting with real money that the paper price is understated. And eventually, reality wins. It always does. The paper price eventually has to catch up to what the physical market is already saying. That catch-up can be dramatic. Let me put this in language that even a 16-year-old can understand. Imagine you are selling sandwiches. The sign on your shop says, a sandwich costs $5. But every single person who walks in is willing to pay $8, and you're selling every sandwich you make before you can even put it on the shelf. How long before you change the sign? How long before the real price, the price the market is actually paying, becomes the official price? That is where we are with silver. Right now, the sign is not caught up to what the real market is already doing. And when it does, the people holding silver are going to feel it very clearly in their portfolios. Now, I want to address something that might be going through your mind right now, because I have seen this thought stop a lot of people cold. Maybe you are thinking, this all sounds interesting, but I am not rich. I do not have thousands of dollars sitting around to invest in silver. I am living paycheck to paycheck, or close to it. This feels like something for people who already have wealth. And I want to tell you directly that that thought is one of the most expensive lies that the financial system has quietly convinced ordinary people to believe. The idea that building financial resilience is only for people who already have money is exactly the thinking that keeps ordinary people stuck in the cycle they are already in. The truth is, silver is one of the most accessible hard assets on Earth. You can buy it in small increments. You do not need to be wealthy to start. You need to start where you are, with what you have, and understand what you're doing and why. A small amount of silver held over time, in the context of the structural forces we just discussed, is not a small thing. It is a decision. A decision to step outside the system that is slowly diluting your purchasing power and anchor a part of your financial life to something real and lasting. Here is where I want to bring everything together, because there is a bigger picture here that goes beyond silver, beyond the current surge, beyond even the next few months of price movement, we are living in a period of extraordinary financial change. The systems that most of us grew up trusting, fiat currencies, central bank management of economies, the assumption that keeping money in a bank was always safe and smart, all of those systems are under a kind of stress that is genuinely new. The levels of global debt are at historic highs. The rate at which central banks expanded the money supply in the last 15 years has no real historical precedent in peacetime. The shift to digital currencies, the geopolitical fragmentation of the global economy, the green energy transition and the new commodity demands it creates, all of these forces are colliding simultaneously. And at the intersection of all of them sits silver. Industrial enough to benefit from the real economy, monetary enough to benefit from currency fear, scarce enough that supply cannot simply respond to rising demand. This is not a moment to ignore. This is a moment to understand. Because understanding it, truly understanding the mechanics of why silver moves the way it does right now, is one of those pieces of financial knowledge that can quietly but powerfully change the trajectory of your financial life. Not because silver is magic, but because understanding money, understanding what holds value and what does not, understanding the forces that are shaping the financial world right now, that understanding is itself a form of wealth. The kind of wealth that cannot be inflated away. The kind of wealth that stays with you regardless of what the central bank decides to do tomorrow. Think about Tariq again. He is still putting money in that savings account. He is still watching his purchasing power quietly erode. Not because he is stupid, not because he does not care, but because nobody ever showed him the bigger picture. Nobody ever sat him down and said, Tariq, here is what is actually happening to your money. Here is why the system works the way it does. Here is what people who understand this do differently. He never had that conversation. Until now. And here is where I want you to sit for a moment with a genuinely important question. When you look at your own financial life right now, honestly and clearly, are you positioned for the world that is actually coming? Or are you still operating on the assumptions of a financial system that is changing faster than most people realize? Are you watching your purchasing power quietly erode, doing nothing, because the erosion is gradual enough that it does not feel urgent? Because that is the trap. The trap is that slow decay never feels urgent until it is already severe. And by the time it feels urgent, by the time it makes the headlines, by the time even Tariq notices that something is wrong, the move has already happened. The opportunity has already passed. Silver is not the answer to every financial problem. Nothing is. But what it represents right now, in this exact moment, with these exact structural forces in place, is an opportunity to understand money more clearly, to see the forces shaping wealth and eroding it, and to make a conscious decision about which side of that equation you want to be on. The people who study history know that moments like this one are not as rare as they seem. They happen. They have always happened. And they always sort people into two groups. The group that saw it, understood it, and acted even imperfectly, even modestly. And the group that knew something was happening, felt the unease, and then waited too long for absolute certainty that never came. Which group do you want to be in? That is the question that matters most. Not the exact price of silver today, not the perfect entry point or the perfect strategy. The question is simply this. Are you going to start understanding your financial world more clearly? Are you going to start making decisions based on what is actually happening rather than what feels comfortable and familiar? Because that shift, that decision to truly see the financial world as it is, not as you wish it were, is the beginning of everything. Reza made that shift 3 years ago. It was not perfect timing. It was not a massive bet. It was just a decision to take something seriously that most people around him were ignoring. And today, that decision looks a lot smarter than it did on the day he made it. That decision is available to you right now. If you learned something new today, make sure to subscribe to Money Insights and like this video. More powerful financial truths are coming next.